this is another thing. Because, the Mavericks would always have to try to get through the Lakers to get to the final.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the 80s and 90s, get through the Lakers. By the time you get to 2000s, the Lakers were three people, Shaq and Kobe. Well, the Mavericks were never going through the Lakers. They had to get past San Antonio. So it was never going. Shaq and Kobe never played in the finals or the Western Conference Finals. They never had to do that. But what was kind of wild was, like the visiting team, there was a certain hotel they would always stay at.
Yeah.
And there's okay, I'm gonna take you up to the hotel. Because we go way back, all the way back.
Right.
And Kobe will sign this picture. Kobe will take this picture with you.
Right.
Because, he'll come over and talk to you. So we're over at the hotel the afternoon before the game. Early in the afternoon, Kobe would always get to American Airlines Center way up. We're over there and he goes, "Hey, Chris, what's going on, man?" I said, my buddy Gary. Gary's going to take a picture. "Oh, that's all good, Gary." Take the picture. Gary's got that in his collection. Picture him and Michael Jordan, him and Kobe in his collection. I never got autographs with nobody.
Right.
And I never took a picture with Kobe except somebody took a picture of me with Kobe as just cutting up at a Mavericks game. And that's my only. I never posed with Kobe for a picture.
Sure.
I got a lot of pictures I've taken with people. Well, that same day that we took that picture, and I didn't even know we were taking the picture. I was just talking to Kobe. And what we were talking about was this. Kobe actually improved my wardrobe.
Oh, okay. With that Italian sensibility.
No. This
Okay.
is what happened.
All right. I tried.
Okay. So, MC and Maverick game.
Sure.
I have a deal with Nike. I get Nike shoes. I've never bought a pair of Nikes since, in the last 20, 30 years.
Wow. Okay.
Fortunately. They don't pay me money, but they give me shoes.
That's not bad payment. And look, for some of us that get paid money, that's where it ends up anyway.
I'm just a man. I'm just a man. So I got all these Nike shoes for years and years and years. Well, one day before one of the games, I'm talking with Kobe, and Kobe's got this fresh pair of Kobe's on, and they're real bright purple and they're looking good. And I said, "Man, those are really, really cool." And he goes, "Yeah, man, you should get you some." I said, "I can't wear Kobe's. Man, I work for the Mavericks." He goes, "JJ was wearing Kobe's." He said, JJ's wearing some Kobe's."
Oh, wow.
And I was like, he said, "Who's your shoe guy?" I said, "Roy." And Roy just had me sit down there. This is way before the game. He says, "Roy, hook him up." I got, they're called player editions. PEs.
Yeah, the PEs, yeah.
I got 11 pair of Kobe's.
Wow.
All different kinds. And I wear them every now and then. And these are valuable.
I can't wait. Yeah, they're especially valuable. All right, can I press pause on this real quick? I try not to be too intervention, but we got this on the YouTube, and I want you to clarify. Someone said, Tony Jones, in fact, on YouTube said, TA doesn't get paid for working Mavs games?
I do get paid.
Okay.
What?
No, they said, because when you were talking about the shoes from Nike, you said,
no, I don't get, players get paid for wearing the shoes. Their shoe deals are like millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so when you get the shoes, you're not getting paid to wear the shoes. They're just giving you shoes.
No, just giving you shoes.
All right. I just wanted to clarify that so people didn't think you were just doing that out of the
tweets. The Mavericks hired me years ago. I just don't get paid by Nike for wearing their shoes.
I just wanted to make sure people didn't think you was doing this just out of the goodness of your heart every night. Although that would be cool if you're just like, I'm just...
Who was the quarterback for Alabama?
Sir.
So I got all these Kobe's. And, like I said, I got... Oh, there's another. Kobe, with the Mamba mentality, he always, like, they call it the Texas Triangle. Usually, certain teams like the Lakers, whatever, they would play Houston, San Antonio, and the Mavericks.
Yep.
In like
some order.
In some order,
right.
In the same week or whatever.
To help travel, right?
Yeah. Well, there have been times where they would play the Rockets or the Spurs, teams flying in right after the game. Literally, they get back into Dallas like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, straight from Houston, straight from San Antonio. There were a couple of times they lost the game. Kobe asked for the key to the gym at the American Airlines Center, and he's in there shooting.
Wow.
Serious as a heart attack. He would be in the American Airlines Center shooting. So I would always ask him, were you in the gym? Whenever he come in. Yeah, I was in the gym tonight. When the Mavericks hosted the NBA All-Star weekend in 2010, every player is having their name attached to different parties. And, you know, what would happen on a lot of these parties, like if Dwayne Wade was having a party, or his name's somebody, having a party, Shaq's having a party, they usually would get paid money to have the party, and they would probably give that money to their entourage. And that's what would happen. Somehow there was a rumor that Kobe was having a party. I said, Kobe ain't having a party. I mean, this was somebody sending out flyers and Kobe's having a party.
Yeah, Kobe don't care near deep party.
Kobe ain't having no damn party. He just don't have parties. And finally, Kobe's, I don't know who was spreading that rumor. He squashed that immediately. As soon as he came into town for that weekend, he's like, I ain't having a party. Whoever's like this lie. It's like, Kobe do not have parties. He just don't. Mamba mentality.
Yeah, that man cared about banners.
He cared about banners.
Honestly, to a place where I was concerned about him, but I was actually really happy seeing after he had, after he just stopped playing, that he really did embrace kind of the human of this all, like all the other folks and all the people. Mm-hmm. And that's where you've seen a lot of the great stories after his passing, just people talking about how he embraced them.
Yeah, and a lot of things, he made it, a lot of guys were, guys had daughters, but nobody called it girl dad except Kobe. And he embraced that idea because he never had any sons, so he embraced his daughters. Another thing he did, a lot of people probably know this or may not know, he won the Academy Award. Did you know that?
Yeah, for a short film.
For
Dear Basketball, which is what he used to, retire with. Yeah.
And he was just an amazing guy. This offhand, he just cool to death, but he was all about basketball. He really was. And when he retired, do you remember how many points he scored on his last game he played?
Was that 63?
Yeah.
And boy, that 63 looked like it hurt. They had ice all over him, but he did that thing.
And then when he did the interview, he dropped the mic. That's it. Mamba out. Mamba out. So there's a couple of CA stories about Kobe Bryant. Again, they go way back. Give shout out to Shaq for saying, hey, cool. Because Kobe was, by the way, when I was talking about how Kobe never had parties and stuff, Kobe never ever really even went out either. Because he was always the youngest guy on the team up until, Shaq left. He was the youngest guy, and literally, he would just go back to his room. He never went out. All the other Lakers, they'd come into town, they'd hang out. Shaq's always hanging out. Back in the day, whatever, Magic, everybody's hanging out. Kobe would never hang out.
Yeah, Kobe was antisocial to a point.
He was just his family. He'd just go back to Vanessa, basically, except for that one time in Colorado. And never should have done that.
I'm not gonna lie. Like there was a point in which I thought Kobe was like a sociopath, right? Because I always hold on to this one quote where he like someone asked him if he had friends, and he was like, friends are for a period, but banners hang forever. And I was like, that's crazy talk.
Yeah, let me tell you something. At one point, he was so look. They were like, well, he's still busy trying to be like Michael Jordan. I was like, the difference between him and Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan was hanging out with the guys after the games.
Yeah.
Kobe never hung out with nobody. And Kobe was like, Michael Jordan would cuss out his teammates, but then he'd hang out with them. Kobe just cuss out the team.
Or at least with some of them.
There you go, some CA stories.
There you go. CA, appreciate you giving us that on the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's passing, but also more presently, the day that Luka Doncic scored 73 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists.
The most since Kobe Bryant's 81. I didn't even mention. I mentioned this off the. I got to
go for it. Yes, sir.
Kobe actually had. It wasn't a total of points, but he had a greater. It put like this. He could have scored damn near 100 points if he wanted to. They played the Mavericks back in the day in LA, and Kobe scored. I want to say scored 67 points in 3 quarters. They were beating the Mavericks so badly he didn't even play the 4th quarter. But had they needed, he could have easily scored 100 points. He scored like 62 points.
And it was 62-1 at the end of the third, for him. 62 for him to the 61 for the Mavericks.
Yeah, he outscored the whole Mavericks team by himself and just sat. There wasn't no need. That was it. I'm out.
There you go. CA Stories Confidential. Appreciate you, CA, for sharing some of the wealth of your memories and your time covering sports and entertainment and just living one of the more interesting lives of anybody that I've come in contact with. So we appreciate you greatly, not just for sharing your story, but also just hanging out with me here on the Get Right on 105.3 The Fan on a Friday night. More eventful than I thought was going to happen. Not going to lie.
That's why, like I'm telling everybody, you better enjoy Luka.
Absolutely.
You just don't know when he's going to pull up 73 points. Last year, 60-point triple-double. You just don't know. You're watching greatness. Even Dirk said, oh, he's much better than me. And he might not be beloved like Dirk. And he might not win the championship like Dirk. But he's got way more natural talent than Dirk. He may not last 20 years like Dirk. 21 years.
And so while we have him, we're going to appreciate him, particularly on this night where he scores 73 points to make sure that your Mavericks get a 148-143 victory.
Luka's a girl dad, too.
Yes, he is. He just recently became a father. So congrats to that man on a great evening. Hope he's getting lots of rest. They've got the Sacramento Kings tomorrow evening